Welcome to episode 65 of the Ginger and the Beard podcast. I'm AJ, aka the Ginger.
And I'm Reese, aka the Beard.
And today we're talking about what's new in Android 12, the slow and untimely death of Internet Explorer, a $120 million lawsuit being filed by Floyd Mayweather, and what would make the perfect man cave.
Super excited to talk about that. Don't forget to use the chapters below and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast player. All right, man. Let's get straight into it.
Man, we've got a pretty busy tech week, actually. I feel like it's been a slow kind of burn for tech news lately, but the summer's here, the weather is heating up, and the tech events are out there, man. Google I.O. just happened yesterday, so we got some fancy stuff to talk about. I'm pretty excited. But before we get into the real news that we know is verified, let's talk about some leaks. You have a Google Pixel, right? You're still rocking the Pixel.
I still have the Pixel 2 from like forever. Oh my God, dude. It seems like a lifetime ago I've been rocking this thing.
I think the Pixel 2 came out in like 2016, I want to say. Look at that.
Look how old this phone is. Oh my God, dude.
But what a testament to the hardware and software.
This is a dinosaur. This one sucks. I can't wait for a new one.
But I feel like you have the 2. I had the 2XL when we first met, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we bonded over pixels.
Yes.
And and you had the smaller one. I had the larger one. I feel like you had issues with yours like from the beginning. Like you were complaining about the battery life and stuff before.
Still to this day, dude. It's like I honestly can't take this phone on a car drive. Like if I drive somewhere, like I go to workouts on Saturdays, right? And it's like a 20-minute drive, right? By the time I get there, it's already at 50%.
Oh my God.
And it's like, okay, am I going to make it home? You know?
How have you survived this long?
It's always plugged in, dude. It's like, it's anywhere I'm going, it's plugged in. If I'm at home, it's plugged in. Like, yeah.
That's so crazy. I miss my 2XL, actually. I really enjoyed that phone. And we've got some leaks, actually. Look at that. It looks still in good condition, man.
I don't know if you can see the crack there. But I've had that crack since I got the phone pretty much.
Yeah.
And it has not, like, I don't know how, but it has not spread.
It's because you're a case guy. You keep your phone in the case all times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the opposite. I take mine in and out of the case just for fun. Just keep it fresh. But we've got some leaks, man. The Google Pixel 6. I'm just gonna say it, man. This phone looks badass, dude. I haven't been paying attention to pixels much lately, and the hardware design hasn't changed that much since the launch of the Pixel 2 XL. I mean, it definitely has changed. It doesn't have that big giant glass forehead on the back of the phone. They've introduced more cameras, yada yada yada. I don't want to go into that now, but this is gonna be the first Google phone to sport the new Google-made chip-themed Whitechapel. Or it's not themed, sorry, termed Whitechapel. So that's kind of like their internal name for their first party SoC, which is kind of exciting because as some of us may know, we're in a shortage of chips right now. So Google's like, you know what, man, let's just make
potato chips.
Or what? Potato chip. Yeah, we're a potato chip shortage. Oh, not to get off topic already, but did you know that there's a Chick-fil-A sauce shortage?
I heard about that earlier today. Chick-fil-A sauce this is terrible. I love Chick-fil-A sauce. There can't be a shortage.
Yeah, everyone's worried about gas shortages. I'm telling you, folks, the Chick-fil-A sauce shortage, it's out there.
That's the real problem. That's the real problem. Yeah.
But you guys should go check out the pictures of this thing, and I actually put a link here in the show notes if you want to pull it up, Reese. But it's pretty much a brand new design when it comes to like the back of the device. It's a giant horizontal camera bump that stretches edge to edge on the back. But what's interesting is that, it looks quite similar actually to what some might see as the Samsung phones. If you're looking at the front of the device, it's got that, what do they call it? The punch hole camera. that's in the screen at the top, which helps get rid of all those bezels at the top. It's got slightly rounded edges, which Samsung has been known for quite some time now. And sharper corners in comparison with the Pixel 5. And it's also going to have an in-screen fingerprint reader, which is going to be below the glass towards the bottom of the display. Also something that Samsung has done. So not sure if Samsung could be helping manufacture. I think Google has gone through a couple of different partners when it comes to their Pixel phones. I believe originally they were LG designed and manufactured by LG. I'm not sure what they've been for the past few iterations, but bottom line is, man, you guys check the pictures out. This thing looks awesome. That's all I gotta say.
I'm a little indifferent about the camera hump on the back, right? It kind of like takes away from the symmetry of it, I feel like, in a way.
I think I like it so much because it does bring me back to the Pixel 2 XL, which I had the Panda option, which was the white with that black glass at the top. And this is what these renders. And again, these are renders, so we don't know if these are 100% accurate.
That's true.
And we did not hear about the Pixel at yesterday's I/O announcements. So we're not sure, but this is from John Prosser, I believe, who's a pretty well-respected leaker of sorts. So, I think he's saying this is coming from like CAD models and things like that. So I think this is probably pretty close to what it's going to look like.
It looks clean. I like the front of it. I'm just, the camera's got me a little bit wonky. Like, it'd be cool if you could like remove it,
Yeah. Well, they were talking about, what was that project? It was like Project Aria or something like that, where they were going to make like a modular phone where you could essentially like swap in like better chips, bigger batteries, camera modules.
Whatever happened to that?
I think it flopped. I'm not sure why exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those Google things that just kind of petered out eventually. But it would have been cool.
It would have been like building your own computer. It would have been awesome. I would have loved it, man. Yeah,
exactly. But I don't know. This is interesting. I think no matter what you do, like you look at, let me pull my phone out of the case here, but now that phones have so many cameras, it's like the camera bump is always obnoxious. I don't think there's a single phone manufacturer out there right now that doesn't have something similar to what you see here on this iPhone 12 Pro Max, where there's just, they actually slimmed down the camera bump for this one. It's not too obnoxious, but it still has 3 big circular lenses, and then you've got the old school single lens with your dinosaur phone.
Am I stuck in the? There's. Bro, do you see my bump?
There's no bump. You gotta get with the times, bro. How do you?
I'm so old, I guess.
How do you take 2.5x zoom photos? You just pinch and zoom? Are you living in pinch and zoom world?
No, it works.
You just walk closer.
Got you.
Hold still, kid.
Hold still. Don't move. It's got to focus. Focus.
Oh man. So I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think there's this perception with Pixel phones. Originally, when they came out, it was like Pixel phones were supposed to be, I want to say like mediocre to good quality hardware. And they were originally meant, I believe, for developers primarily. The very first Pixel was meant for developers so they could get, unfettered access to essentially clean Android, stock Android, because you couldn't really get that. It had some kind of a skin from LG, Samsung, Huawei, whoever else was using it. And so the Pixel phone allowed Google to marry their hardware with their software, similar to what an iPhone gives you. And you get the raw Android. So, but now they've kind of transitioned into like, they've got more and more premium quality finishes and things like that, but they're still also trying to hit like a lower price point. So I'll be interested in seeing where this comes in terms of price when it does actually launch, which likely won't be later this year and into the fall. But, like I said, Google I/O, which is Google's developer conference, actually started this week, yesterday for us.
Is it live?
Tuesday. Yeah, you can watch live. I'm not sure if I know they did the keynote live, which was yesterday for us. But they usually do like developer sessions and stuff too. I would imagine in this COVID world, they probably are doing live, presentations for those developers. So if you want to get into some of the really nerdy stuff, you might actually be able to access some of that. But you may also have had to register for those like smaller things. But regardless, we got some interesting information that came out yesterday. I'm primarily excited about Android 12, which if you're looking at those renders, you might notice a new UI on that screen. And we'll drop a link to a video that The Verge put together about reviewing, having a first look at Android 12, because Dieter at The Verge did a great job walking through it. And I wish I had a Pixel phone still to install the beta on so I could play around with this myself. Maybe your Pixel, I'm not sure if it would handle it. But you could try.
This is terrible right now. I feel like I'm being peer pressured into upgrading my phone.
Well, I feel like the Pixel 6 is going to come out and you're going to make the jump and you're going to rub it in my face and I'm going to be jealous of you.
I don't know, man. I've always wanted a Note, dude. I want a Note.
Yeah.
I think that's the next phone I'm going to get. I'm going to get a Note. Whatever the newest one's going to be, I'm going to get that.
That's not a bad move, man. They're powerful and they actually have, definitely from the old TouchWiz days of Samsung, they've come a long way. So yeah, I'll be jealous of you no matter what new Android phone you get, most likely. But yeah,
says the guy walking around with like all the newest, greatest Apple stuff. You kidding me? Get out of here!
I know. Well, I looked at this review of the or first look of Android 12, and I'm like, man, am I gonna have to jump back? Am I gonna have to go back to Android? I feel like I might have to, just based on this new UI. It's a big change for Google. I think they're actually saying it's the biggest, UI overhaul since 2014 for Android.
You just getting sick of all that malware? You're done with the malware?
Yeah, my iPhone, it's just too good and too clean, so I got to go something a little bit more risky. But no, I mean, I like my iPhone, I like the iOS, but if you look at the videos that are out there for Android 12 right now, they've completely overhauled the UI. Everything's bigger, brighter, it looks really fun. It's called Material U, Y-O-U. It's like kind of their new design language, which apparently is supposed to be carrying over into more than just Android. It should be going, or more than just, I should say, phones. It's supposed to be coming to, their Google software, their online software, things like that. So we'll see what that looks like when it comes out. But one of the cool new features is that when you set a background on your phone, like a wallpaper, instead of having to manually adjust colors and things, you can essentially allow the phone to automatically theme your entire device based on the colors of your wallpaper. So when you pull down the notification shade, your quick toggle settings, those buttons will be a different color to match your wallpaper, things like that. And of course, if you want to custom tailor it, you can still do so. There's more animations, there's new widgets. If you see some of the widgets in the video, they look super cool, little funky looking clock icons and things like that. And speaking of a clock, on the lock screen, they've got this giant digital clock, which looks super clean. I don't know about you, man. I feel like you don't care as much about this stuff as I do, but like I geek out when it comes to like clean UI design. And like I literally spent probably, I want to say like a good 25 minutes yesterday looking for a new minimal design wallpaper for my phone, and I found this. Kind of hard to see in the video.
Is that a rock on a beach?
It's a rock on a beach. Yeah.
Is that a black beach?
It's a black sand beach.
Ooh, that's Iceland.
Is that what that is?
I was there.
What? Oh, yeah. Look, a ring light.
Look, hey, a ring light. That's not at the beach.
That's not the beach?
The ring light.
Oh, no, the ring light. Yeah, no, that's not.
No. Yeah, but that black sand beach. Anyway, no more tangents.
Yeah, so I can appreciate clean, simplistic design, and it looks like exactly what the new Android has to offer. But if you're interested in some of the more technical things that it can do, I know everyone these days is concerned about privacy for good reason. There are some new privacy updates, which is interesting because like if you're going to come after Apple and you want to convert people from iPhone to Android, privacy is something you 100% have to address. Because iPhones are known for being secure devices. And some of the things that they've introduced with Android 12, include the ability to turn your camera and microphone off completely in the software. So there's literally like a quick toggle. You can turn your camera off, turn your microphone off. So if you don't want your phone just laying around listening to
you.
I won't say it because my Google will react, but HEY Google.
Hey, Google.
Headphones, bro.
Dang it. Darn it.
But somebody in their car's phone, the phone just reacted to you.
Mine didn't even go off. Good old Pixel 2.
Your microphone's busted.
That's bad.
But beyond that, something I thought was really cool too is that they actually have like a new privacy page in like the settings that allows you to identify how often and how many times your microphone and camera have been accessed, in like a timeline sort of view by various apps. So you'll go in there and you can look and say, oh, Google Chrome used my microphone for 3 seconds on this date, or Facebook used my camera for whatever. And if you're like, whoa, that's not cool. Why are you using my camera and microphone? You can disable access on the app level to those inputs, which is pretty cool. And then finally, also, I thought this was really cool, was when you download a new app, this goes for iPhones and Android, and you open an app for the first time, it'll say like, hey, do you want Google Maps to access your location, or do you want Facebook to have access to your location? And it's like a binary thing. It's either yes or no, right? Well, in Android 12, they're allowing you to say, I would like to give Facebook access to my approximate location. So it knows which like neighborhood you're in, but it doesn't know exactly where you are, which is pretty cool. So really exciting stuff, man. I can't wait to hopefully one day get my hands on it. And if you get a new shiny Pixel phone one day, or a new Samsung Note that's got it on there, I'll definitely want to check it out. But I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, I think I'm like holding out on this phone because there's other things that I want to buy. Like I want to upgrade my RAM, get a new GPU potentially, stuff like that. So it's like, I'm going to let this thing go until it dies. Hopefully it lasts me like 2 more years,
Yeah, it probably will, dude. I think, again, as long as it's lasted now, I think iPhones typically, their average lifespan is like 3 years or something. So
yeah, well,
good on Google.
Good job, Google. I guess it's been a rough journey, but it's still kicking, so we're good there. All right, well, that's super exciting stuff. Maybe someday I will have that phone. That'd be great. Very exciting to see that stuff. I love the nice UIs as well. Maybe not as enthusiastic as you are, but I appreciate a nice UI, certainly.
Come on, bro. Give that clock icon some love, would you?
Yeah, man. Give me the big bulky, like the big balloon letters, Give me something nice, to look at. Anyway, we got some VR news. You know how I like to get into the VR stuff, so let me hit you with this one real quick. I think this is pretty cool. Microsoft patent suggests live detection and rendering of real objects in VR, right? So it's kind of interesting to think about that. Like when you're thinking about virtual reality, right? It's all virtual, and it's all make believe. It's all graphics processing and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. Like, hey, I'm gonna put on this headset just to see what's around me. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Check out, watch out. But it makes sense, and I'll explain why. Right now, all of these different VR headsets have a barrier guardian system, basically, that when you put it on, you draw like a circle or a square box around you, saying these are my limitations, so that you don't go walking out of a window or like walking into your couch or something like that. And so when you approach that that line that you drew, it's like a force field. Your screen will go red and say, warning, hey, something bad, back up. And
a spike pit. You're about to walk into a spike pit.
That's a spike pit. Watch out. Lava. Yeah. So the United States Patent and Trademark Office published Microsoft's patent titled Transitioning into a VR Environment and Warding HMD. HMD is head-mounted display. Head-mounted display users of real-world physical obstacles. It's fairly recent. It was only submitted a year ago, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty quick to get that published so soon. It aims to solve 2 problems in the title, basically. Transitioning when putting on your VR headset from the real to the virtual, and also dealing with hazards, such as spike pits or lava. Some of the different headsets have pass-through cameras, which allow you to see around you, but it's all very distorting. It's like grayscale. It's not very helpful. So it would be nice to see some technology that allows you to like really see your surroundings. And, their idea is that when you put the headset on, you're going to see like a simplified replication of where you're at, like your surroundings and whatnot. And then there'll be a triggering event where you'll go into the virtual world from there. So they think that you shouldn't just be putting this headset on and you're just diving right into the virtual world, or it's just like a black screen, right? They want you to like put the headset on, and like as you're sliding it on, it's like you still see all of your surroundings. It might look a little bit different, and then you like press a button or whatever you might do, click a button or something, and then you go into the virtual space. I think it's super cool.
That sounds so awesome.
I love the idea. And then also the idea of, if my dog comes running in, I don't step on them or kick them or something like that, because, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Furthermore, if I got my headsets on and I'm like in the middle of pistol whip, just like firing guns like crazy, and my headset's turned all the way up, and my wife comes in and says, hey, spider, there's a spider. I need you.
Happens. I've never heard that happen before.
Right. Yeah, it never happens. Spider. She could like come in and like her hand would like appear in my virtual reality and, hey, help me, and I'd be like, oh, somebody needs help. Spider. Oh, okay.
And subsequently, after pissing yourself in VR, when you see a random hand approach your face, you go help.
Not so worried about the spider. I got to clean myself up here. Calm down. You surprised me. Anyway, Microsoft proposes using the headset's sensors to track real world objects and actually bring them into VR as a virtual representation if you get too close, right? So just like I explained, the system could take into account a user's velocity and orientation in relation to the object as well. So the Guardian system that I mentioned before would be active rather than just like a passive wall that alerts you when you get too close. So I think this would be a pretty cool, very useful feature. I think it makes it more immersive.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It seems way more sci-fi, even though it's like it's almost like a little UI hack, but obviously it's going to require some hardware, but realistically, the headsets with pass-through cameras could have been doing something like this previously, where it's like a slow fade into the VR world, but that sounds awesome. Like, I don't know if what I'm picturing in my head is exactly what it's going to look like, but what I'm picturing is like when I slide the headset on, it's like I see my monitors and my desk in front of me, but it's like a grid pattern, like a Tron sort of look,
right?
Of like the outline of my stuff, and then I click the thing, and like you said, it's just like, and like then you're into the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing
so
too.
Dope.
It sounds really cool. Like I think it's a great idea. Basically, it would have to trigger when you go to pick your HMD up, head-mounted display. When you go to pick it up, like that's what would turn it on, so that like when it's approaching your head, like it's already on, you slide it on. Yeah, take me there. This is the future.
That would be cool. And the fact that I'm curious though, like, would you still need the why can't I never remember the name of these things? The things that you sit in the corner of your room. Yeah, do you still need the lighthouses, or is it all based on sensors for the headset?
Mine doesn't even have it, and I've had this for almost like probably more than 2 years now. Jeez, almost 2 years now. Yeah. So I think Rift S is one of the first ones that they got rid of the lighthouses. They just put more sensors on the actual head-mounted display. There's like 6 sensors that give you the spatial. It recognizes the spatial, 360 forward, back, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't need you'll probably get better. It'll be better to have the lighthouses because it's more efficient at tracking where you are spatially. But they'll get good enough, I think. Better cameras, better software.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this makes perfect sense. I mean, I can just see like you get closer to your desk or whatever, the wall just starts to kind of slowly fade in a little bit, so it's not like a jarring experience.
Oh, dude, I have a shelf like right next to me over here. I've punched it a couple times. I hit my monitor one time. It's no. Whoops. Yeah, pistol whip, man. It gets crazy.
Could end badly.
Yeah. So anyway, that's VR. You ever heard of this? Man, I don't know. Well, if you know about the Pixel 2, you've probably heard of this. Internet Explorer. Have you ever heard of Internet Explorer?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I feel like, didn't that die like 10 years ago or no?
No, surprisingly, it's still around.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, it's like this like big E thing on your computer. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds familiar.
You click it, it takes you to this like really old looking version of the internet.
Yeah. Isn't that the one that where like the things just kind of load in line by line, the web pages? That's the one?
Yeah.
The big bubbly Windows start button, that like the big bubbly.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
right.
Like JavaScript kind of.
Yeah.
That old school Flash players and whatnot.
Yeah, the Flash ads and the automatic music playing on websites. Okay.
Okay.
This is sounding familiar.
All right. I'm happy we're on the same page. We're kidding, by the way. If you guys, anyway. So guys, Microsoft's going to discontinue support for Internet Explorer in 2022. Specifically June 15th, 2022. It's official. Internet Explorer is dying. It's gone. They're putting it to rest. It's unfortunate. Not really. It's time. It's been time. It's time.
Who is the team still working on Microsoft or Internet Explorer? They're like,
it's just a group of guys in their
it's just
70s.
a bunch of interns. They're like, yeah, we got a position for you. You're just in charge of maintaining Internet Explorer. They're like, son of a bitch.
This code is so old.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought I was working on the Surface Book. They put me here. I thought I was working on Xbox.
Thought I was going to work on cool stuff. I'm
Yeah,
in the basement.
Director of cache management for Internet Explorer.
There's just a group in a basement. They have to walk like 50 feet down the hall away from everybody else in this dark little corner of the office. They don't even have fiber optics. Like they're working off of dial-up in that back room.
Yeah, they still have they have to use French press coffee makers. Like they can't even get like real legit coffee makers.
There's only enough electricity back there just to power the the dial-up connection.
Yeah. They all have earplugs because all you hear all day is
they can't even call up to their manager because like it disconnects them all. They're just stuck. If they want to go talk to somebody, they got to run down the hall.
Get off the phone, Bob.
Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, they're discontinuing Internet Explorer. Unfortunately,
I'm trying to call Bill Gates. He doesn't work here anymore. Wait, when did that happen? I've been in this basement since 1970.
They got divorced? What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Gone for so long. Anyway, so before that, Microsoft 365, formerly Office 365, will end its support of IE on August 17th of this year. So you won't just get it built into your Office platform. I guess you would actually like have to download it from Microsoft to continue using it at that point. Whew. So yeah, they're getting rid of it, but they're bringing on Microsoft Edge. I don't know if you've seen Microsoft Edge, but it's pretty good. It's secure, much more secure than Internet Explorer was. And it's actually going to have an Internet Explorer mode.
Oh no. They just can't let it go.
So
why do they need an Internet Explorer mode? That's what a browser is.
Dude.
Like what?
Yeah, man. You can, if you click this button, it just makes it look really bad.
I have a feeling I know what this is about. I think they must have way back in the day. They're like, they buy the patent or the copyright, whatever, for license for the word Microsoft Edge. I mean, Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what? Screw it, man. Let's just buy it for 80 years. I think Internet Explorer, this is the future. Now they're like, they're still paying on Internet Explorer's like namesake, and it's like it's like $3 million a year or something.
Must pay our respects. Must create Internet Explorer mode. Yes. It's just man. Like, click this button for your computer to look 10 years older.
I think someone should make a theme for Chrome that's Internet Explorer.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. Chrome Explorer.
Yeah.
Welcome to Google Chrome Explorer.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like so much worse. It's gonna be like 8-bit. Oh man. Oh jeez.
Good
So
stuff.
yeah, man. So anyway, that's all I had. Internet Explorer is going away. R.I.P. It was nice, I guess.
It got us here. I mean,
it did.
I guess we have to give it some kind of credit, but
gotta pay the respects, man.
Yeah. I've never used Edge though. Should I give Edge a try? I mean, I'm a Chrome guy. I don't even use Safari on my MacBook. I use Chrome everywhere, but it just makes everything so much more convenient because everything's synced up across all my devices. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I just use Chrome.
Yeah. Everybody's always shitting on Chrome, but it's never done me any harm. I don't know.
Except for leaking all of them. The only bad thing is the one time it leaked all of my passwords and I had to reset all my passwords.
Oopsies.
That was fun. Thanks.
I thought you were
Thanks, Google.
gonna say RAM leak. Like it definitely eats up some RAM sometimes, but
well, that too. Yeah. You can only have like 60 web pages open at a time.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
60 web pages.
You don't need that.
I work with some people and I'm on video calls with them. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me with these tabs right now. You need an intervention. Like, it's just the favicons. All you see is like 68 Google Docs favicons. I'm like, bro.
Dude, once I get to like 5, I'm like, I gotta pull back on this. Let me close some of these.
This is what multitasking has done to our brains.
Yeah, no good.
Yes. All right, man. Well, that was a lot of good tech news. You guys out there, let us know what you're interested in. Are you an Android user? Let us know if you're interested in Android 12. And also, will you be trying to get your hands on that new VR technology when it does come out? Very exciting stuff. And then how will you celebrate the life and death of Internet Explorer? But I think we're going to be moving on into our UFC segment. But before we do, I want to give a quick plug on the beer I'm drinking. We're not doing a What You Drinking episode today, but I'm drinking a beer that's from a recommendation from a buddy of mine. He actually met the owner of this brewery. The brewery is, make sure I don't get this wrong, One Family Brewing, which is actually up near you. Let me see. It's Lovettsville, Virginia.
Yeah, that's north of me.
Yeah, it's
that's
relatively
over.
close.
That's over where Wheatland Springs is.
Oh, is it?
Wheatland
Okay.
Farms? Yeah, pretty sure.
So maybe, just maybe, they know some of the guys we've been talking to lately. Jasper and Jeff from Murphy and Root Malting.
Yeah, Murphy and Root, right.
But the cool thing about this brewery and the owner here, whose name is Dave, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, Kuhner, Keuhner, is that kind of the brewery and his personal mission, it sounds like, or goal is supporting military families and also just others that are in need. They actually have a One Family Gives nonprofit which raises money for military families and also, just like I said, people in general need who have been impacted by natural disasters and things like that. So this one here is called The Fallen, and if you can see in the video, if you're watching the video, you'll see there's a bunch of names listed all over the can, lots of names and dates, and as the name suggests, these are fallen heroes who have served at some point in the military. I think it said, the label has names of over 60 fallen heroes that have given their lives for our country and our freedom. So some of the proceeds from this particular beer are being dedicated to building the first Gold Star Memorial in Northern Virginia, which again honors those fallen military heroes. So One Family is actually a really new brewery. They've only been open since 2020, which awful time to open a brewery in the light of COVID, but they're still small and still kind of working to grow here, but they're actually using other breweries and businesses to kind of help them produce their beer. So this one here is actually a collaboration with Funk Brewing, which I forget. I think it's in Pennsylvania. Yeah, Pittston, Pennsylvania. So I guess they're using their facilities and stuff like that to kind of brew their beer. So really cool. I'm looking forward to Zach is the one who recommended Dave and got this beer for me. So thanks, Zach. Appreciate that. And I'll be reaching out to Dave. I want to chat with him. I mean, it sounds like he's got a really good mission and vision for what he wants to accomplish. So So excited to talk to him. But the beer overall, this one is, I think it's a double IPA, West Coast style IPA, not double IPA. Intense citrus and tropical flavors, combination of Amarillo, Centennial, Azacca, and Columbus hops. And, without even reading the description, I definitely get a lot of tropical notes, a lot of pineapple. I taste a little mango. They describe orange. I don't really pick up a lot of orange, but I feel it's mango and pineapple pretty heavily. It's very smooth, medium-bodied IPA. Nice little bit of haze there. Really great color. Overall, it's really good. It's a little sweetness and a little bitter on the back end, which is not overpowered by the hops, even though there's quite the assortment in there. So really, really great beer. And like I said, hopefully we'll talk to them soon.
Nice, dude. It's exciting. I want to go there. It's dude. Really close.
Be cool. And then really quick, before we move on to our UFC segment, giving a shout out to our man Ray. We shouted him out a couple weeks ago. Ray from beardsandbottlecaps.com. He sent us these custom-made resin cast coasters that have bottle caps infused, or what do you call it? They're just inside of there.
Laid in?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Laid in. Trapped. Forever. Permanently embodied. Anyways.
Forever.
Really cool. Forever. Yeah, so he also makes picture frames where you can pick which bottle caps that go in there, and they've got a handful of different breweries that you can choose from. I've got the New Belgium and the Budweiser. You've got the Leinenkugel and Dos Equis. So make sure you go check them out, or check Ray out at beardsandbottlecaps.com.
Yes, absolutely. All right, man. You ready for some UFC shenanigans?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Let's dive right in. Let's do this. So what happened this past weekend?
Oh, nothing. Just maybe the biggest upset in recent memory for the UFC lightweight title.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest upset in that people were really expecting Michael Chandler to,
get a knockout?
Lay Charles Oliveira out. But in fact, would you know that Charles Oliveira packs a punch?
Not only. Yeah. He is a jiu-jitsu master, but he is a precision striker as well. I did not know that.
I don't know that I did either. I was really expecting the grounding. It was a 2-round fight. It was supposed to be 5 rounds, but it went into the second round, and I was stunned.
The second round was quick.
Yeah, definitely. And he was in trouble there in the first round. I think Michael Chandler landed a couple solid shots on him. We're like, oh no, here we go. It's another Dan Hooker all over again.
Right.
But he survived the onslaught. And
I gotta give it to him, man. That was impressive.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I thought he was knocked out in the first round, but he was bobbing and weaving, and he didn't take that much damage.
Yeah, and he sat Michael Chandler down. Was it a left hook? I think it was a left hook or a right hook, and finished him with some strikes from above. It was pretty cool, man. I was excited, even though it's like America versus Brazil, but I was pulling for Charles. I don't know why. I guess because I'm a UFC fanboy, and like I wanted to see the UFC guy who's been fighting. How long did it say he's been? I think it said he's been fighting
like 10 years or something, dude. He's had like 20 plus fights in the UFC.
Yeah. So somebody who's, and I think he was on a 6-fight, now 7-fight win streak.
He's actually got a bunch of like records, because he's got some like I'd have to look it up again, but I remember seeing it like most fights in the UFC.
Most submission victories.
Okay, most submission. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
He had some other ones too.
Just came off a dominant performance against Tony Ferguson. So I was pulling for him, man. I was like, this guy deserves it. Michael Chandler, as good as he is, he's got the one fight in the UFC against Dan Hooker. I mean, he's proved himself obviously in Bellator, but I wanted to see the UFC guy take it, and he did. So I was happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's you can kind of discredit Chandler now and say, well, he was all offense there. He wasn't really protecting himself too much. Kind of left himself open for that.
Yeah, I think that's what he's been apparently like his MO. Like he's not afraid to absorb some shots on the way in, close the distance. There was a pretty significant height advantage, but yeah, I will say that I was a little turned off to Michael Chandler after his defeat of Dan Hooker just because of his like speech he gave at the end. That's like Ric Flair, reminiscent of Ric Flair. But I will have to say that his post-fight interview with Rogan,
his loss
after
interview.
his defeat, was very humble, and
Yeah.
he gave all credit to Charles Oliveira for the win. So that was cool to see.
Humble in defeat. I like both those guys, man. I like them. I like the champion, dude. I feel like he definitely deserved it.
Yep. And we had some other good fights too. Some exciting stuff.
Yeah, Beneil Dariush defeated Tony Ferguson, unfortunately, right? Everybody loves Tony. Beneil's getting booed like the whole time and everything. And I tell you what, man, Elon Musk better deliver on that car soon.
I think I saw a news story that was like the highlight of the night for me. Was I'm gonna call somebody out really quick. Elon Musk, where's my wife's car?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Elon responded though and said that he's trying to get it over to him soon. Yeah, but anyway, back to the fight. I feel bad, dude. Tony he's on a 3-fight losing streak now, and Beneil just dominated him. Took him down every round. I mean, honestly, I don't think Tony, like the first round was competitive ground game, and I felt like Tony almost had him. He had him in a darce and just couldn't seal the deal. And so, yeah, but Beneil just dominated that whole time, and it was crazy, man. It really was. I think makes you think, is Tony, what level of fighter is he now? Is he any good?
I definitely think he's still good. I think he's just been matched up against some like serious competition. Like Beneil, I think he's also been in the UFC. Like he's a guy like you don't recognize. At least me. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but like the name has not rung any bells for a while. But this dude's been in the UFC. It looks like since 2014. So he's been around, man. Like he's been out there, and he's got some pretty good wins under his belt. But he beat Michael Johnson back in the day, Jim Miller. Like he's been out there. But I think Tony's definitely still a good fighter. I just don't know. I actually saw something interesting on Instagram this past week, and it was talking about fighters after their defeats to Justin Gaethje. I think it said that Cowboy's on like an 0-6, Tony's on an 0-3. Oh man, who was the other one? Who did Justin just beat recently? Shoot, no, I'm drawing a blank. Obviously not Khabib.
No, not Khabib. Oh,
was it Dustin Poirier?
No, he didn't beat Dustin.
No.
He lost to Dustin. He lost to Eddie Alvarez. Some other guy. I can't remember his name. He wasn't very good though. But he went on a losing streak as well.
James Vick, maybe. I think it was James Vick.
Yeah, James Vick.
Yeah, he wasn't that good anyways.
No, not really. So all those guys are just like done for now.
Well, dude, I mean, after that, complete punishment. He could have definitely changed Tony Ferguson mentally. I mean, he absorbed some serious damage.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing we've learned about Tony, there's no question about it anymore, is like that guy does not give up no matter what. You could hit him with a bus and he would still stand up.
He is a savage, bro. He's going to have some major problems when he gets older.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I think he must be made of like rubber bands. Like, I don't understand how that armbar that was the armbar that Charles Oliveira had on him in their fight. Like his arm
his elbow.
Like this is his arm right here. It was like this.
Dude, it was hyperextended. I know.
Yeah. And he just like shook it off. And then
then that heel hook. Oh my God. The heel hook.
Yeah.
Beneil said that he heard it pop a bunch of times, and Tony was like just, you could just see the pain on his face, man. He was wincing. Yeah. Oh,
I wonder at what point the ref, do you think the ref ever has the opportunity? I mean, I guess he does, right? He could stop it. Like if he was in enough pain, but is refusing to stop. I mean, on a submission, or does it have to be like an actual broken bone, you think?
Yeah, it's got to break.
Oh man, so brutal.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, that was an exciting night, man. I'm glad a few of us got together to watch that one. It was a lot of fun, and we got a lot of fights coming up. But one particular fighter that's getting interesting is John Jones, man. Like, I know we talk about him a lot, but I just want to throw out there that he is huge right now. Like, this dude is like 2 sizes bigger than what he used to be. I don't know if you've seen him like on Instagram, but he's bulked up something serious, dude. I think he
put on like 50 plus pounds, hasn't he?
I think so. I mean, what he used to fight at what 205?
Yeah, 205.
But realistically, he's probably like 220 or something like that. And now he's trying to make heavyweight. So he's just been. I follow him on Instagram, and the dude's just been doing crazy lifting programs and stuff to pack on muscle. And now he's finally starting to like get back into training. It looks like where he's actually starting to throw some kicks and punches and stuff. And I think he's just been focused on bulking up for a while, but now he's actually starting to train. And I think if he can retain his speed and his fight IQ, which I mean you don't lose your fight IQ by going up, but retain his I don't know, I guess agility, endurance, agility, yeah, at that weight, he's gonna be dangerous, dude.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, we're talking Francis, bro.
Yeah,
Francis been at that weight, and he moves quick.
He is fast. That's gonna be such a good fight.
Yeah, dude, he's got some. Make it. Yeah, but I will say that I think that if that fight goes 5 rounds, I probably would give it to John. In a 5-round fight, it's been impossible to beat John in a 5-round fight. Nobody's done it yet,
Yeah,
nobody's beaten him in a fine. He has not lost a fight,
minus the 1 DQ.
That doesn't count.
Which I think Dana even says, or was it Dana or is it Joe Rogan? I'm thinking of thinks it's bullshit.
It is. It's the 12-6 rule. It's so stupid, but
yeah. And
it was Nagasaki or whatever the fuck his name is, Masagagi. Anyway, that one ref that everybody hates.
Oh, really? Was that him?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just more reason.
Well, if we're talking hype, is there more hype on anybody right now than the Paul brothers?
Hype train. I hate these guys, man. Oh my god.
Who likes the Paul brothers right now? I'll tell you who does not like the Paul brothers. Floyd Mayweather. Especially.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially in light of recent events. You guys know he's been there's not rumors. I guess they did make the fight, him and Logan Paul. Not Jake Paul, Logan Paul. The bigger brother.
Right.
Ironically. And that was going to be a Triller fight. But if you guys didn't see it, you should go watch the video. But Jake Paul, I guess, I don't know where they were at or what the event was, but like at some point, Jake Paul took Floyd Mayweather's hat off. They came face to face. He jacked his hat, and Floyd Mayweather's bodyguards like swarmed this dude and like pummeled his face. He's like lucky he didn't like get more injured. He had like a giant black eye, bloody lip, all kinds of stuff.
What?
And he was like laughing about it. Yeah,
I didn't see this.
Oh,
what?
Dude.
They beat him up?
They beat him up.
They beat Jake Paul up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go watch, man.
Oh man, so good. But I hear that there's some monetary battles happening too now around this, right?
Yeah, man. Just a small $120 million lawsuit. Just nothing major.
Chump change.
Yeah, Mayweather's suing based on a dispute over the Paul exhibition. So they were set to fight in Dubai. And so that changed. And so Mayweather's folks are looking for $122.6 million in damages from PAC Entertainment Worldwide, based on a breach of contract. So I'll get into that a little bit. According to the TMZ story, Mayweather Promotions entered into an agreement with PAC after the company claimed to have numerous business contacts in Dubai and the financial wherewithal and capability to host a fight of this magnitude. The agreement involved PAC paying Mayweather $110 million in the lead up to the event over a series of chunks, with the claim that the company estimated they could generate guaranteed amounts for each participant, plus result in the promoters earning more than $100 million in profits after covering the purses and expenses. A lot of mumbo jumbo there. The first $30 million chunk was supposed to be paid on March 25th, but that has not happened yet, and it is May 19th. Yeah, so
interest, dog.
Yeah. Ooh, hook it up. So anyway, the Mayweather versus Paul fight is set to go down on June 6th at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Assuming that the event is a major pay-per-view success, it looks like Mayweather has an opportunity to turn 2021 into a very lucrative year. But the lawsuit is completely separate. Like, they still have to pay the $110 million to Mayweather. The lawsuit is because it's not taking place in Dubai.
Oh, what?
Essentially.
I thought the lawsuit was because the money was late.
No, like that still has to be paid. But the fact that it's not taking place in Dubai is a breach of contract.
Wow.
And Mayweather's folks are estimating 122.6 million in damages because they're moving it to Miami now.
So he's saying that the fight would have made more money if it would have been in Dubai.
A shit ton more money if it would have been in Dubai.
How's that possible though? Because I can't imagine the Dubai. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Is there really a market for boxing? Do people in Dubai even know who Logan Paul is? Like, maybe they do.
They know who Mayweather is.
But I mean, Florida is completely wide open when it comes to COVID. You got to imagine it's going to be a packed house. I don't know.
I think they're just blowing smoke, man. They're just pissed that they haven't been paid their chunk of money yet. So they're like, you know what? We want that money, and now we want this money too. Give us all the money.
And Floyd Mayweather's already like filthy rich. Like, this doesn't even matter to him. Like, what's his net worth, I wonder? Just out of curiosity. I'm going to look that up really quick.
Have you ever seen somebody get beard implants?
Oh, man. Such a bad move.
He looks so silly.
He does.
And it's so obvious. It's so obvious, too. It's like, bro, that's not your hair. Where'd you get that from? Is that your ball sack? Is that your ball sack hair?
Ball sack hair. The doc's like, we got to take this from somewhere, bro. He's like,
it's the best place for it. Never have to shave down there again.
Take it from my balls.
It's the best match. It's the best match, I swear.
Floyd Mayweather claims net worth is now more than $1.2 billion. Holy shit. That's in May. That's May this year. So this dude does not need an extra 121 million, but whatever. Good for him, I guess.
What's 120 million when you got $1 billion, you know?
Yeah.
Chump change.
Yeah. Well, anyway. I'm excited to see this fight. I hope Floyd Mayweather knocks Logan Paul on his ass, and then I hope Jake Paul jumps out of the stands into the boxing ring, and then Mayweather just lays him out with one shot, and then nobody talks about the Paul brothers again.
I think it's going to go the same way that the Conor fight went. Well, except for I don't think Logan's going to land any punches. I mean, if he does land a punch, it's going to be devastating for Mayweather because of how big he is. But
that's true.
But I don't think he's going to land very many punches. I don't think he's very quick. I think Mayweather's way too fast for him, way too experienced. I think it's going to be another thing where he's just going to wear his ass out and he's going to point him up. He's not going to knock him out. He's just going to, he's going to bruise his ego and then he's going to, finish him off. But anyway.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, same here. One last bit of news. You ever heard of TJ Dillashaw? You ever heard of that guy?
Wait, is that the guy that was on like cocaine or something, or like
pretty much
Mexican supplements?
Yeah. Anyway, so Dillashaw versus Sandhagen rescheduled to headline June 24th. It was postponed. It was supposed to be May 8th, right? So we were supposed to see it already, because TJ Dillashaw had some like weird cut, I guess. And so because he got that cut, he wasn't able to compete. And so they had to reschedule it. He's been off for 2 years because he was taking horse tranquilizers from Mexico.
Jeez.
And I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait, what?
Horse tranquilizers. How'd you go?
I was like, how does this help him fight?
No. He got suspended because he was popping EPO during his he popped for EPO during his post-fight drug test after he got knocked out in 32 seconds by Henry Cejudo back in 2019. That was his last fight. He's been on suspension for 2 years.
Yeah, it's bananas, man.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
So he's going against 29-year-old Sandhagen, who has been on a 2-fight win streak. He last had his fight in February against Frankie Edgar with a highlight reel knee to the face. I don't know if you saw that, but
so good.
Yeah, it was nice. I'm expecting another knockout. Yeah, I'd like to see TJ get knocked out again.
Yeah, I wonder about TJ's speed compared to Cory Sandhagen.
He looks different.
Really? I haven't looked at him lately, but
yeah, he looks different. He looks like he went on like a heroin binge for like a year, and he's like a recovering drug addict now.
Weird.
That's what it looked like to me. It was weird.
Yeah, it seems weird to give TJ Cory. Like Cory should realistically be next in line for the belt.
Absolutely.
He's lost once to Aljamain. Some would say by fluke, and obviously, I guess the reason is they have to run the Piotr fight back just because the way it ended. I think that's what they want to do. But otherwise, he's next in line for the belt. So it seems weird to give TJ top 2. He's the second ranked fighter right now. Like, why wouldn't they give, TJ someone like Frankie Edgar or like, I don't know, Dominic Cruz, somebody lower down the totem pole.
Well, I mean, TJ did go out as a champ.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
He was the champion and then he lost. So he is still technically like the number one. In a way, I guess you could consider him still like number one contender. One of the number ones. How
about Jose Aldo? Since didn't Piotr defend his belt against Jose? Or is that he won the belt as
after
Cejudo?
After Cejudo vacated, they fought, and
I just say I'll be sad for Cory if this fight goes sideways and he ends up losing. It'll suck.
I don't think he's gonna lose. I think it's gonna be over in the first round. I think TJ's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, man. I'm excited. July is not too far away, so we'll find out soon enough. Yeah.
All right, so let's head on over to our gaming grind section real quick and talk about man caves.
Yes, sir. I don't know where this topic came from, but
you just came up with it, right?
Maybe it was because I was just thinking, like, man, I wish I had like a legit man cave, or like, I don't know, but I started thinking, like, what would be a fun topic to talk about? The video game thing. There's not a lot going on in the video game world. Not a lot of headlines right now. So let's think of something else to talk about. And it's kind of also related to video games. But what would make the perfect man cave? Before we dive into our thoughts, which we haven't discussed this before the show, so I'm curious to hear what your response will be. But I want you guys, anyone out there listening to the show, make sure you leave us a comment down on YouTube, or hit us up on Instagram or Twitter and let us know what you would have in your dream man cave. But you want to kick us off, man? I'm curious what you would have.
Number 1, video games.
Okay.
Just start off with that. Beer. So here's what I'm going with, right? I gotta have my computer set up, right? There's got to be like a couch and a TV also with like a projector. There's got to be a bar in the corner, right? The walls got to be packed full with album covers, posters, comic books, of course, for me. Road signs.
Slow children playing.
Yeah, slow children playing. Stop signs. You name it. Route 66, whatever you can throw up there. Okay, so that's what's on the walls. Certainly a bar. There's got to be like a backsplash of just liquor everywhere. There's got to be a beer fridge just packed to the brim with beer. You got to have an Xbox and a PlayStation up there next to the TV. You got to have all the Marvel movies just sitting there next to the projector, ready to be plugged into the DVD player you got hooked up to it. And
you're going DVD player. Okay.
Throw some classics in there. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you could just use the PlayStation or the Xbox. Never mind. Or you could just like hook your computer up to it and do it that way. That's old school DVD player, I guess. You know.
Yeah, vintage.
Vintage. Yeah, it only works with Internet Explorer.
Not a Blu-ray. It's got to be just DVD.
DVDs, man. DVDs. Old school. Old school. Throw Fast and the Furious in there. You know, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
Old school classics. You know, you name it. Your movie's got to be on there. I'm trying to think of what else, man. What else you got?
Yeah, I feel like you spitballed way better than I think I could possibly do. But I've been thinking about this just a little bit. And obviously, yeah, you're right. The computer setup. Would I change my current computer setup? Probably so. I think I'd have I think right now I have like the mini ITX case. I would want the full size case with a bigger GPU, better CPU, all the RGB. I just want RGB all the things. Like, you know, I just want RGB everywhere. I want those light tiles on the wall behind my computer setup that looks super dope. I want a concrete floor. I was thinking about this, like, what kind of floor would I want? Because I was talking to Zach, the guy that recommended this beer, and he was like, yeah, one day I want to have like a bear skin rug. Like, that'd be pretty dope. But also, I like to skateboard a little bit here and there. I like to mess around with my skateboard. How cool would it be to have a concrete floor that I could just like cruise around and just mess around with my skateboard on?
Oh yeah,
in my free time.
Half pipe, throw a half pipe on there.
Yeah, there's no rules here. This is our man cave. We can do what we want with it.
Right.
I want a dedicated TV that's somewhere on a wall that plays Bob Ross 24/7.
Oh.
Just constantly Bob Ross all day, every day.
Very good.
I have a Plex server set up just for Bob Ross. A bar for sure. I don't know that I really need I'm not really much of a hard liquor drinker and beyond, like trying to get into bourbon a little bit, but I'll definitely have a cabinet for just a few bottles of bourbon.
Anybody that comes down into the man cave has to take a shot. Like that's how you enter the man cave.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. The password is take a shot.
It's the entry fee.
Yes.
Take a shot.
I also, the entryway into my man cave would also have like one of those roller coaster ride rulers that's like, you must be this tall to enter. And it would be set at like 5'3", like so that Shayna could get in if she wanted to, but the kids could definitely not get in.
Okay. Yes. That makes sense.
We are podcasters, so I think a podcast booth, some kind of a recording setup, like maybe off to the side, there's like a table. There's like a Joe Rogan style table with 2 mic setups or two to 4 mics. That'd be pretty dope.
I think there should be multiple computer setups also.
Yeah.
So you could have like LAN parties and shit, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. What else?
Darts.
Oh, darts for sure, dude. Doesn't get any better than darts.
Maybe a pool table. Throw a pool table down there. Yeah, I suck at pool, but other people like it, so.
Oh, pool table for sure, yeah. I like pool a lot.
A trampoline?
Just starting to get into a trampoline with the concrete floors. That sounds safe. A trampoline plus hard liquor plus concrete floors.
Equals bad time.
Equals death.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm trying to get into cigars, as you know.
Ooh,
I'm working my way. There's got to be a humidor in there.
Got to be a humidor. There's got to be I almost wanted to just throw a sauna in there too. I don't know why.
Just a sauna, a float tank. There's a float tank also.
Dude,
this man cave is actually the size of my current house.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, once we said half pipe, I was like, oh, this man cave just got a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's 12-foot ceilings. You know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I think that's. Yeah. There's other shit that we could put in there, I'm sure. Lightsabers.
There's endless lightsabers for sure. So I actually posted up a quick chat in our Discord channel, which if you guys are still listening to this nonsense and you want to come theorize with us sometime, come hang out in our Discord channel. It's linked in the show notes. But I asked this question in our general channel, and Al the Brewer, who we had on a couple episodes ago, said that he'd have a 3 to 5 tap, fully stocked wet bar, a wine fridge, medium-sized humidor, premium air filter so the wife doesn't smell it. Good call. Leather chairs, a small couch, wall of books. I could take or leave the books. I don't read much.
Well,
and a TV.
You need fire. You need kindling for the fire. So
True. Oh, fireplace. We didn't say fireplace. That'd be good.
Yeah.
And a TV that magically makes my team win when I watch them play. Solid choice. Yeah, and then Ray from the Alconauts, whose show we are hoping to be on soon, we got to work out the date, said, sounds like a winner, but I would add a garage door that opens to the backyard and a motorcycle lift so that I can work on my future project. Dope.
Okay, very good.
And then Al also added that he would add the full Bleichmann, I guess that's how you say that, Bleachman, Tower of Power brew system to homebrew in his man cave.
Oh, yeah, that's cool too.
Good call.
This would be just like the most epic man cave.
You gotta have surround sound speakers too. Like, so if you're watching, like,
oh yeah. For
would
the
you
fights.
go TV or would you go projector?
No, you gotta go projector, man. You gotta go high quality projector. It's gotta be huge.
Like 100 inches.
Yeah, minimum, and you gotta have tiered seating. Tiered recliner seating. You know.
Yes, and a robot butler that brings you cold beer.
Absolutely. Conveyor belt. Just have a conveyor belt and it just like distributes as needed.
Yeah, I like it. All right, man. I think we can make this happen one day.
All right.
The success of this podcast is one day going to pay for this man cave.
Dude, this would be awesome. It would be so cool to have all. Is he a flamethrower? Just throw a flamethrower.
Yeah, just for no reason.
Why not?
The Boring Company flamethrower.
Yeah. Some RVs. Like not RVs.
Why not?
No, what are those little toy trucks?
Tonka trucks?
Nah, like the remote control vehicle.
RC cars?
Yeah, like little RC cars that you can
yeah. The concrete floor. You could have like have you seen the drifting RC cars? The RC cars you can drift?
Oh no, that sounds awesome.
Oh man, you set up a drift track in there?
Robot. You could have like Robot Wars.
We've gone so far beyond like what man cave actually like.
No, this man cave has got to be ultimate. This is the ultimate man cave.
Let's be real. I'd be happy with a spare bedroom that had like a hand-me-down recliner, a small travel humidor, and a TV.
Yeah.
And also my computer.
And the computer. I mean, I like my man cave. It's not bad. You know?
You got a cool setup, man.
It's okay.
I
wish I had a little bit more room.
A man desk here. This is my little space. It's a pretty dope setup, I will have to say.
I feel like if you had a garage, like you would have like a solid man cave.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this room in general is pretty awesome. I mean, we've got a laser cutter here to my left, so it doesn't get cooler than a laser cutter.
Yeah.
And then Shayna's got all of her stuff organized here, which looks really good. So can't complain. It's a cool little studio.
You're making
Needs some soundproofing though. Needs some soundproofing for sure.
Just a box. Just put a box over your head.
Yeah, me and the microphone inside the box.
Yeah. This is soundproof. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, that was fun. So I think on that note, we should close it out. Like I said, make sure you let us know in the comments. What would your dream man cave include? Or hit us up on Instagram and Twitter if you're listening to this in your car. As always, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode and ask that you please like and subscribe here on YouTube, follow on Spotify, and come say hi to us on Instagram and Twitter.
That's right. And of course, if you really want to help us grow the show, please share this episode with a friend you think will like it. For now, we'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.